Hey guys, so if you guys haven't been keeping up with TypeSo as a whole in terms of balancing and the changelogs, I'm going to be explaining and just talking about some of it in this video, since I thought I might as well voice my opinion, since I think it's probably the worst since TypeSo has re-released for like, what, the third time? So to start off this video, I'm basically going to be showing you guys a clip that will explain to you guys how balancing works for the devs in TypeSo. Okay, so if you think that clip was made up and bullshit, we're in the same boat. Until I checked the change logs and I saw that this is quite legitimately a legit change. The guy got jumped by a true slash and decided, let me nerf it just to ruin everyone's day. Because I'm shit at type, so I got jumped on petty. And yeah, let's just get on with nerfing it and ruining the game even more and making our rank cards weaker, even though we've gutted them to the weakest race possible. And if you guys haven't realized this by now, which I would be very surprised, is that if you were to check, Quincy's barely ever get nerfs, our rank cards are gutted, and Soripus, to be honest, I mean, I can't lie, they don't get as blessed as Quincy's, but nothing much happens to Soripus, to be honest. I mean, it's not like anything crazy happened with them, I guess. When I looked through the logs, it was really just around car damage. But with Quincy's, even if you check, they were questioning about nerfing Sclavrays, which, if you guys didn't know, Sclavrays are pretty much the best modes in the game, because they didn't get gutted like Soripus did with Theater and whatnot. And with the rank cards, we don't even talk about that anymore. We kind of already know that they just be nerfing Stark. Like every broken rest, they're gonna nerf it. There's no point getting a true rest if they're gonna do that at this point. So they did add a new mythical rest called Brilliance, which is supposed to be cars inspired by from JoJo's and stuff. And I gotta say that rest is absolutely dookie. Like it's terrible. They did say they were gonna nerf in compensation of gutting True Slash. I mean, what's the point of doing that? Why ruin a rest just for another, which you're probably gonna nerf because it's an Arankar mode anyways. And honestly, I could go on about so much of the change logs and stuff, but you guys have seen already a lot of the screenshots that I put throughout the videos talking about the nerfs and whatnot. But the main nerf overall that I wanted to talk about is the Arankar true mode, and I think this is also for Soripus, but I know it's definitely not for Quincy's. Like, this nerf did not happen to Quincy's, which, surprise surprise, obviously. But so basically how it works is this. So you get your bar for your res. As soon as you pop, instead of instantly being able to pop true res, you have to get your segunda bar up. And as soon as that's up, you need to then get your segunda. And then that's when your third bar comes into play. You then need to get that third bar all the way up while being in your segunda to then be able to pop true. So this is also for Soripus, if I'm not wrong. They also have this third bar, which just absolutely sucks. So you basically have to do all of that just to pop your true. But does Quincy's get any type of nerf? Absolutely not, bro. And Citro and all these know that people are complaining about this because half the codes are called something like, can you let us balance and stuff like that. No, Citro, I don't want to let you balance. These devs can't be nerfing like only specific things they don't like about their game and just call it fair. Like, you have to either nerf all the true modes or keep them as they are, because that is not what balancing means, bro. I mean, clearly the only balancing they've done for Quincy's is adding the volt balance. I can't lie, bro. Okay, but real talk, for example, I'm trying to get Devil Trigger on my Iran car, for example, right? And I mean, except for the stuff being buggy, it did make me waste a team shot and stuff. The fact that I have to do all of that to pop my true mode to even have a chance at fighting this boss is irritating, because it's just difficult for no reason now. And I don't want nobody call me boosted because the Virgil boss is a pain in the ass, okay? So that means I need to basically spend time to get my true Bankai, then talk to Virgil and absolutely demolish him with true stock, which it can be done, But getting my true mode because of this stupid update that they did with the fucking changelogs just means more work for me to do it, you know? And that means I also need to go to hell with multiple people to get my bar up because, and I'm not surprised if I'm gonna run out of my rest before I can even get through this point. Because let me give you an example. For example, the Bankai Berserk, the moves of the Bankai are pretty weak, I can't lie. But I have a friend who has it, and he said that he's killed 5 people with Bankai and still didn't have enough for his true Bankai. I think this is really just a Soripur problem because when I've compared it, the Soripur bar takes way longer than Res and Volt, obviously. And the thing is with Berserk Bankai, it's carried by the true Bankai because the moves do average damage. Like, it's just really not great. It just sucks, honestly, very low tier. And it's extremely carried by true. So if you can't get your true in time, getting the Berserk Bankai, keeping it is just useless, you know? Like with these nerfs, it's better be like the bottom used Bankais at this point because they're not making it possible to get true mode. And do they actually have testers in this game? Like, is there actually true balancing and testers? Well, we can see for ourselves that clearly they don't actually care, you know? I'm gonna end the video here though because I'm sort of fried, and yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts and I'll end the video here.